Okay, on the sales order list, you can sort any column. So if you wanted to, for instance, look to see what orders were in there for a particular customer, you can sort by the customer's name or code and see all the ones that are there. So if they wanted a copy of each one of those, you could then highlight each one of them, press the print button, select the sales order or quote, or whichever form you want. Let's choose sales order. And we can then email that to them. And it'll pop up with a list of email addresses to choose from. It can be any one of their 4 email addresses in their billing section, or any one of the 4 email addresses in their ship to. So you just tick off the billing, then choose a template to fill out, and then send the email. Let's do this on a preview basis. You'll see what comes up is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, every one of those ones that I just selected. Or if a customer calls about a particular PO number, you can sort by PO number and hit D, and you'll pop up with different POs that show up here starting with D. You can see it very quickly. Or if you're, for instance, having a Purolator courier come in at 11 o'clock this morning, and you want to make sure all orders are ready and picked, sort by ship description, hit P for Purolator. We have 3 of them here. You can again just hit the print button and choose the picking ticket and email each of those picking tickets, or prints, or each of those picking tickets to a designated printer, so probably in your shipping office, and print those off to the shipper. Another handy one is the ship name. So if you want to sort by ship name, if you can see if your customer's having a different ship to name on their sales order, you can find that very quickly and easily as well. All the columns that have costing and gross profit and profit information on them, those are only visible to those who have access to it. But in this case, you can sort by total cost or total average gross profit and such, so you can see which your orders have the most value. Okay, well, we're on the order list. In reporting, you can hit the print button while you're in the order list, and you get a series of reports. Highlighted reports you can print off like we showed earlier. In this case, I'll choose a couple of ones that pertain to the whole list. So back order details by customer and by item. If we preview these reports, what we get is all items that are on back order, and it shows on this form which we can now fill. So in this case, we got a CD800 that can be filled for this particular customer. We've got this product and a few down the bottom here as well. This helps with after you've done a receiving of a couple containers, and now you want to see who you can all ship product to after you've done that. This report is a very quick and easy way to find out. The same report can be printed by item. That way you can see all your items that you can now fill. So there's 3 items down here that can be filled to a various group of customers. Okay, still from the order list, we can push the hold button that puts an order on hold, and it just turns the status red. We can invoice from here. So if you have a whole group of invoices or that you want to invoice at the same time, you can highlight the ones you want to invoice and press the invoice button. It will warn you on credit for each one of them if they're over their credit terms, and then you can override that credit if you have the access to do so. We can also refresh prices. So if you've got an order that's been in here, a quote been in here for quite some time, and you want to update it with your current sell prices, you highlight the order, you hit refresh prices, and it'll pick up any new prices. The fill back order button, what that does is allows you to take your back order orders, and there's a column here that shows you which ones they are. So there's, it's like about 6 or 7 back orders here. Highlight them, click on the fill back orders button, and it will go from oldest to newest and now fill them. So it goes through. They're still marked as highlighted, so we can now hit the print button to find out which one of those are now can be, or which one of those can be shipped now. The other thing you can do from the order list is requisition product. So again, from our back order column is the best place to do that. We know that all these items or orders need product. So we hold that, highlight those orders, press a requisition button, and up comes the list of all the shortages. And these are all the items that need to be ordered. It shows you what the quantity is as well. So you can now either save this by hitting the save button for requisition for creating the POs later, or if you process this right now, it'll cut the purchase orders for each one of them. And it'll put the purchase order to the vendor of record for that particular item. So if we look at each one of these columns, all these items here have vendors. The top one does not and some else don't. So that means that you do not have a primary vendor set up for this item, but you can still choose a vendor on the fly. So you can do a lookup of your vendors and choose a vendor and put it on there as well. Okay, there's a filter button at the top. If we click on that, if you hit the clear filter button, you'll see all orders that you have access to. If you want to just work on certain types of orders, you can uncheck some of the orders, so you only see a certain status of order. You also have order types that you may or may not want to see. So sales, bookings, standing, quotes, RMAs, work orders, or rentals. Do you want to show batched invoices or not? These are ones if you're using our batch billing system. Do you want to see back orders or not? Or maybe you want to see only back orders. Do you want to hide other users' orders? Maybe you only want to see the orders that you've created, or you only want to see them for a certain salesperson, maybe yourself or somebody else, or territory. You can also set date filters on it for invoice date, order date, and required dates, so that you only see orders that are coming up for ready for being shipped. And then you can put a phase ID on it if you only want to see a certain phase of order as well. We have our standard new edit, copy. You highlight basically an order, hit the copy button. You want to edit an order, same as double clicking on it. The new button has a down arrow beside it, so you can choose what kind of order you start with. If you just hit new without choosing it off here, it'll typically start just a sales order. But in our user setup, you can set what kind of order this person starts when they create a new order. And lastly, we have our AR payment button. That allows you to take a payment on account for a customer, put the date, the customer, a reference number, maybe his check number that he's paying with, and a note that you want to print onto the receipt, and it will print a receipt out for the payment.